What's up, everybody? This is ThyCompany Gaming here with our next tutorial video here. By the way, if you all are new to the show, please make sure to subscribe. Help us get to 14,000 subscribers here. And we will show you what we have ready in store. So today's episode is how to build a custom 3D union model. And what I mean by that is, say, with a lot of games, when a player is playing some game, for example, say Arsenal or Adopt Me or just anything really that has an item or tool that looks like it's not a free model. Like, for example, in my little test game that we've been working on, we have a sword. The sword here is a classic Roblox sword. Roblox company made the sword. I mean, you click, it has the mesh on it. And if you double click, sometimes it does like a lunging attack. In this case, this particular sword does not. Could be due to Roblox update or whatever. So yeah, this is what we're going to be working on today. So first thing I want to show you all, what we're going to do is we're going to base our first model off of a sword. So I'm going to copy and paste the regular sword here. Make sure your sword is not in the starter pack. I'm going to put it in the workspace here in the Explorer here. So paste into the Explorer, and it gives us this sword here. Second thing is that we need to do here, go back in workspace, click on the classic sword, and because what happens is if I try to click and select it, it's not available because it is locked. So we need to go for workspace to select it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up or expand it. There's a side arrow to the left on it. I'm going to click on that and go to where it says handle. Click on handle. And under handle, there's a area in the properties on the second lower half area here where it says locked. Deselect lock here. So this way I can click and drag the sword and all that. So this sword is going to be what I call our comparison sword. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all how to go basically making your own sword so that it can be used as a reference, because ideally what we would want to do is make a sword and then put that, say, into the model here. So this is going to be a little bit of block building, and I'm going to call this advanced block building. So you have to figure out what kind of sword you want. So what I'm going to do is I have a particular one in mind. I want to make what I call this like a gladiator style sword, or might call it a Roman sword, a Greek sword, classical era period sword. So what I'm going to do now, so I added some parts here, and under model, first thing I'm going to do, we have studs here. Also, I'm going to add wedges, and I am also going to add what? I want to add a cylinder, and I think that's going to be fine. We'll find out though. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a blade, a handle. Let's see here. I want to make the blade first. So for me to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this sword as a reference to make about an approximate size for the sword. So in studs here, I'm going to go to 0.2. So it's 1/5 of a regular movement here. And I think that's going to be fine because I can always go and change it up if needed. I think the sword should be done in a couple of different layers. Trying to see how thick this one is. I mean, that's about the same thickness as, well, smaller than that. But I have a plan on how to go about making this smaller here, so I'm kind of going different plans here. So I'm also going to probably go even smaller now that I think about it. 0.1. So 1/10. So now we're going for very microscopic units here. I think. Yeah, this is really going to be microscopic. So I'm like zooming in really close now. Just to show you all how big of a movements these are. So first things first. Need a couple. I'm going to make this in plastic here first. That's my material here. Let's make this darker color. I'm going to go with flint. So we have flint. I'm going to make this very thin, like 1/10 of a stud. And I'm going to have this fairly shrunken down. I think this is, what is this? 1, 2, 3. 3/10 of a stud. Actually, no, I'm going to make it 1/10 of a stud. Turn this color back into whatever gray we want. I'm going to make it, I think I'm using a lighter gray, ghost gray. Okay. And so this size here, the length, I don't think I'm particularly crazy about the length right now. I'm going to go one up. One further out. I'm going to also raise this in the sky a little bit. Making one down. And now I want to drag this into about the same there. I think that's fine. That gray part, we're going to make that a white color. And I'm going to position that here. Trying to figure out how I want the sword to look. I think I want to have that two. I think I'm kind of going as I'm brainstorming, if you haven't noticed already. All right. Okay, so we got the sides of the blade. I'm going to make what I call the top of the blade now. Let me think. How do we make this even more detailed? Here's how we're going to make this more detailed. You remember that wedge I was talking about earlier? Here's how we're going to make this more detailed. Yeah, now I'm thinking about it, I could have maybe started this off on a different scale. But that's fine, because we're kind of learning, I guess. So here's the first thing I want to do. I want to make this of a size I like. Okay, I'm trying to deselect it. All right, there we go. Ah, so this is what it's doing. It's trying to create its own size here for the things here. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to make the sword look more realistic. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So we're doing wedges here. Okay, and what this did was it made it like a little thing there. I'm going to try to drag this out to be even, if possible. There we go. Okay. I'm going to make this blade look better somehow. Ideally, if I knew off the top of my head, I would do it. Okay, I think I know how. 0.05. It's kind of a first time ever going this. There we go. Nanoscopic blade movements. I'm gonna go back to 0.1. And what I had in mind, I don't know what I had in mind, to be honest. Okay, come on now. Here we go, deselect. All right, what I'm doing now is yes, that's what I wanted. Okay. Yes, that is definitely what I want. Okay. All right, see what I have here. What I want to do is I want to copy this over to the other side if I can. But because of the size, it's going to be extremely difficult. Okay. It's like a surgeon trying to put things together. Okay, now that's unexpected. Why did you do that? Why did you not align? Now you have. Okay. And you have there as well. I wonder if it's because I didn't make this the right shape. Could be the case. Okay, so we have this like little side blade thing. I think this gladiator blade might turn out to look kind of different, but that's fine, I think, for now. What I don't want to do is get too carried away. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this whole thing here if I can. There we go. I'm going to flip this over. So the T key twice. Now carefully, if I can. There we go, you got that. Got that. Got that. I gotta get you. If I can. Ideally, if it'll let me, but I'm gonna skip you for now since you don't want to cooperate. and flip this over. There we go. There we go. Okay. This is what I call advanced building. So we have the sides of the blade. Now what I'm going to do is try to make a top for it, which I don't know the best way to do that off the top of my head. So I'm going to do this. So in models, I'm going to look up a corner wedge because I know Roblox has these, but for whatever reason, they're not easy to access. I've only been able to do that unfortunately only for free models at this current instance. Okay. All right. Let's see here. There you go. Oh yeah, you're definitely doing what I want so far. I just need to figure out how to correctly control this. Carefully control this. Dun, 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 dun. Da, 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 da. Okay, you need to go. All right, now we're trying to build a blade. I think what I'm going to end up doing is, so I was thinking about making this small scale, so unfortunately I'm going to have to go big here. The reason I'm going big is because it's not letting me do what I want. I might end up advising for people to build big first and go small. Yeah, that's going to be what I end up doing here. What I'm wondering now is, I know that this is going to go like that. I was going to make a tip at this, and then I realized this is a gladiator blade. I don't need to. So I'm going to scratch whatever idea I had there. All right, tell you what, I think this is a decent size. Could make this longer, but I'm going to go ahead and scratch that idea. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm making the handle. All right, now I'm going to union this. There we go, it's a union. Let's make this material glass. Okay. Turn up the reflectance if I can. Turn my move back to 1 here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little blade thing that we made and see if it will work. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. Take off this here, copy. I'm going to paste that into the union. Okay. And then I'm going to get rid of the handle. Take that union, or cut, put that into classic sword. And this classic sword, I'm going to see if this works. So this way you can try both the swords out, and ideally they should work, but we'll find out. Okay, you do not want to work. What's interesting is it does pop up here. So the model, on camera it looks fine, I think. But for whatever reason, it doesn't want to go into the player's hand. Let me see if I can figure out why now. Why does this sword work, but this one does not? Okay, and it has the same scripts. Okay, so it has what it needs. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to change the thing and call it handle. Sometimes when they write the script, they go by name. I don't know why, but let's see if that's the case by chance. Times to do. Oh, there we go. That fixed it. Awesome. Hey, I figured out what. So here's what happened there. When they're writing scripts, they're very specific when it comes to like the naming of things. Like if brick is named handle, then the brick will be a sword that goes in the player's hand. And if it's like not named handle, then it's not going to work. So in this case, it kind of works. Other than the sword is, do we want it to look like that? But basically, that's the theory on how to make it to work, like a model in your game. But yeah, But thank you guys for watching. This has been ThyCompany Gaming here. We made like a look, kind of like a gladiator-like sword here. But that's the premise on how to go about building your own sword. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you have not. Turn on bell notifications. And we're gonna make some more tutorial videos soon, guys. So thank you all for watching. Take care. It's been ThyCompany Gaming. We'll see you all next time. Peace out.